The wars begin again.
Real-life drama. Storage Wars was a unique type of treasure hunt in which bidding could make you wealthy if you're lucky, or you get a box full of junk. The show follows auctioneers who, after only 5 minutes of examination, have to place bids on the contents of storage lockers. The successful bidders then use expert opinions for the appraisal and continue to learn their profit or loss. The show was a hit because storage unit auctions were the newest, largest source of undiscovered treasure. I mean, who doesn't like a mystery box?
All right, get your heads in the box.
And the bidders ranged from 20-somethings seeking an adventure and husband and wife pairs looking for their next career. Everyone was ready to kick up a fuss and create drama in the process. Honestly, on paper, Storage Wars seems like an idea that couldn't work. Who wants to see people bidding on mostly unseen contents of dusty old storage vaults? Well, it turned out a lot of people. Storage Wars premiered on A&E in 2010 and quickly became the channel's top-rated non-scripted show, averaging 2.4 million viewers per episode. And this reality show is still the gold standard. What's happening? I'm your auctioneer, W.H. Stratton, and today we're heading back to California and opening a few storage units of our own to find out what happened to the cast. Today you're the appraiser, so if you enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on What happened? Dan and Laura Dotson. A husband and wife team, Dan and Laura were the primary auctioneers for the entire Storage Wars cycle. Their auction style was characterized by classic and fast-paced talk.
I got 50 right here. I'm gonna give it 300.
550, I got 500 here.
Laura even had an old-fashioned slogan, "Don't forget to pay the lady." And if you know the show, it's pretty hard to not know Dan and Laura Dotson. But do you know they were actually the inspiration for the show? And the background of Dan and Laura kind of cemented the show. They had been in business for a long time, and Dan had been an auctioneer since he was around 11 years old. In 2014, Dan ran into some serious health troubles. He suffered a double brain aneurysm after collapsing in his home. He was admitted to the hospital and underwent surgery. Thankfully, his wife Laura saved his life by performing CPR, and the two have since become strong advocates for learning this vital technique. Despite their departure from the show, the duo still remains active in the storage auction market, and it's still their primary business focus. The Dotsons are the owners of American Auctioneers, a company that has been in business since 1983 and conducts both online and live auctions. Dan actually established the company before meeting Laura, but as their relationship became more serious, she joined in. StorageAuctions.net is their secondary site, and it conducts self-storage auctions around the United States and Canada. When the two married, Laura became co-owner and served as the company's manager, and they both say she has been essential in building it to the roaring success it has now become. And we are happy to say the couple has remained in good health after Dan's 2014 health scare. Dave Hester. Who is the most controversial character on Storage Wars? I know this one. Dave Hester. Nice. The notoriously ill-mannered auctioneer who gained notoriety by driving people insane.
What's the game plan for today, Dave?
To destroy everybody.
He would get into fights with other bidders and even the other auctioneers. He was supposed to be unbiased, but increased the prices of lockers he didn't even intend to buy. And he did so with an infectiously aggravating, legally trademarked, "Yup." Oh boy, what a villain. And Dave became well known as one, especially for his misogynistic attitude and poor behavior. During season 3, he vanished from the show, only to reappear 2 years later. Okay, so what happened? Well, the reality show made some serious charges against A&E in 2012. Which led to his firing from Storage Wars. In response, he sued the network for $750,000 in wrongful termination, and he charged A&E with unethical business tactics. And since Storage Wars was staged, as Dave so eloquently claimed in court documents, he claimed A&E placed rare gems in some of the lockers to keep the audience interested. One of the examples Dave used was a collection of Elvis Presley newspapers that the creators reportedly snuck into one of the lockers. gems and were estimated to be worth around $90K. A&E hired off-the-wall antiques to provide expert advice on which rare gems should be featured on the show. And Dave blew it all up. He claimed the cast interviews were scripted and the auction staged, further claiming that the network purchased storage units for stars who couldn't afford them otherwise. And to make matters much worse, he said that the network paid for a female cast member's plastic surgery to make her look sexier and more appealing. According to the International Business Times, it didn't all play out to Dave's advantage. A judge ordered Dave to pay $122,000 to compensate for legal bills that A&E suffered. On July 11, 2014, Dave and A&E negotiated an out-of-court settlement for an undisclosed sum. And surprisingly, Dave came back to Storage Wars and remained with the cast for 5 more seasons. Despite his controversy and subsequent medical issues in 2018, the man is known as the Mogul and is still very much in auction industry. However, Hester has made it a point to spend less time bidding on lockers, as he's dividing his time between Storage Wars, most recently in the 2019 episode Drama in the LBC, and running his own auctioneering for hire business. Whether Hester's running an auction or merely hamming it up for fans of Storage Wars, we're not sure, but we can certainly hear his yup from miles away. Daryl Sheets. Probably one of the most popular characters on Storage Wars, as he shouted along with his co-stars in startling bids. It's certainly a boom or bust business, and Sheets' nickname was the Gambler. And boy did Daryl know how to stand out, even against the Mogul or Barry Weiss's The Collector, maybe only being passed by Brandy Passante and Jared Schultz. But we have a whole other video for them, so check it out next. And boy, did the Gambler cash it in at times. Once paying $3,600 for a locker that contained art worth $300,000.
$300,000?
And it was the highest profit generated during the entire run of the show. Daryl has since largely retired from public life and has also lost a significant amount of weight, losing 40 pounds by adopting the Nutrisystem technique, saying that his weight loss efforts was an extension of hope. He said, quote, "My joints hurt, my body hurt. I was tired of exercise with no results. I want to spread the message of hope to others. If I can change one life at a time by helping someone get off the couch, I will be happy." Brandon Sheets. While Daryl gained the title of the Gambler, his son Brandon was recognized for his strong-willed nature and his ability to stand up to older auctioneers who tried to write him off because of his young age.
I can play that game. I can get on your level and just be just
your
as
daddy
ignorant.
standing in the middle as usual.
Fans of Brandon Sheets' feistiness shouldn't be surprised to know he's still doing pretty well, even after being dumped from Storage Wars. He and his wife Melissa live in Arizona, where Brandon is a real estate agent with Keller Williams. And he's also a new father after years of being recognized as his father's son. His son, Layden Sean Sheets, was born on November 10th, 2019, and he also has a daughter named Adeline. And if you check out his social media accounts, you can see he's a very talented home chef as well. So it seems Sheets is still interested in on-camera entertainment, with his release of vlogs and web series. He called his most successful series Average Middle Class, a mocking parody of MTV's Cribs, where Brandon brags about average middle class stuff. I mean, who doesn't love Brandon Sheets? Barry Weiss. Barry Weiss received the title The Collector, because he collected antiques. He was last featured on the show in 2015, so why did he leave Storage Wars behind? Did he die, as some news outlets reported?
I'd like to think I'm not brain dead.
No, of course not. He left because he wanted to return to his previous work as a professional slacker. His words, not mine. He said, quote, "I had a blast. It was fun, but I had enough and I kind of wanted to leave while it was still popular. So he began working a spinoff called Barry's Treasure, which did run for 8 episodes. And after that one failed, he actually got another, Storage Wars: Barry Strikes Back. And it did better with 10 episodes, but ultimately was canceled too. But don't worry for Barry, he's doing fine. He's doing so much better than fine. I mean, the dude has a net worth of $10 million, and he's also the grandfather of a little boy named Jack. He has somewhat retired from public life. The collector hasn't even tweeted since 2014. In a few recent interviews, he has said he won't return to TV anytime soon and is happy with his life as a professional slacker. But when he was pressed, he admitted that he had interest in making headlines at car and motorcycle shows. I smell a third spin-off. Kenny Crossley. Another likable star was Kenny Crossley, and although he's only been a full-time cast member since season 10, he has been a guest star on the show since season 2, being an occasional collaborator with Weiss. And honestly, Crossley is kind of hysterical, with some great off-the-cuff comments and a friendly attitude which made him really likable.
This is my biggest score ever, bro.
Whether a guest star or a full-time buyer. And so what is he up to? He's actually maintaining his own clothing line. What can you say? This guy has a can-do attitude, as he was also the owner of Jackie's Famous Pralines, a candy vendor in New Orleans. He also runs a series called Kenny's Uber Adventures, which you can check out on his social media platforms. And yeah, he just gets into Ubers and shares his rides. But if you love Kenny and some delicious looking food, check it out for sure. Or listen up, as Crossley is also a rapper who goes by the names Little Daddy, The Don, and DJ Kenny Doit. Obviously, that last one should win out. Overall, this show and its cast are just fun to watch. So let's discuss. Which character on Storage Wars was your personal favorite to watch? What episode or storage locker do you remember best? Get in the comments and let us know. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please smash that thumbs up icon and subscribe to the channel and come back often so we can always tell you what